And we now talk to security analyst Rommel Banlaoi. Good morning, and thank you for taking our call.
Good morning, Ria. Good morning to all.
Now, yesterday, President Duterte said that the Jolo blasts are a case of suicide bombings. If this is actually confirmed, would it be the first case of suicide bombing in the Philippines?
Well, that confirms the claim of ISIS. The group was responsible for the terrorist attack in Jolo, and the attack was made possible through a suicide mission. So that has been confirmed by President Duterte himself. But regarding first cases of suicide bombing, it's not the first case, because in the 1990s, foreign national also mounted a suicide bombing attack in central Mindanao at the height of Al-Qaeda. And the Limitan bombing last year was also considered as a suicide mission, as also claimed by the Islamic State. So it's not the first time. And if you will trace the history of Muslim resistance against foreign colonial powers, Tausug had this history of suicide attack. Suicide attackers were described before during the Spanish period as tormentado, and the same label was used by the Americans to describe Moro soldiers making a suicide mission against American forces.
Okay.
So it's not the first time. In history, it's the first time. The 2004 Super Ferry bombing was originally a suicide mission.
I see. Now, regarding the bombings at the cathedral in Jolo, can we establish what nationality these supposed bombers were? Is it likely that they were foreigners, or is there a possibility that they were Filipino?
I don't want to preempt the announcement of our authorities on that, but based on the initial information I'm gathering, they are not Filipinos. They are aided by Filipinos, but the bombers, the couples were not Filipinos, presumably Indonesians. But we need to wait confirmation from official authorities after thorough investigation. But that's the initial information that I'm getting from different sources in the Philippines and in abroad.
Okay, what is the impact, or what would be the impact if suicide bombings became more prevalent as a modus operandi?
It has become a game changer in the Philippines, because in the past we have been dismissing the possibility of a suicide attack in the Philippines. Now we suffered recently 2 major suicide attacks claimed by the Islamic State. So we need to pay to that trend seriously, and there is not a simple problem. What we saw in the Jolo Cathedral attack was a suicide bombing mission initiated by a couple involving a wife and a husband. In the Philippines, we have this conventional wisdom about suicide bombing attacks only being carried out by male attacker. Now we have a female attacker. Now we also have to open the possibility that a child suicide bombing mission can also be possible in the future.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, security analyst Rommel Banlaoi.